Today, we're doing the winner ultimate comfort chicken dinner.
Seared chicken breast, melty cheese, and a French onion sauce to die for.
Serve it over mashed potatoes for the ultimate dinner.
Oh, get ready, folks. This one's gonna be on heavy rotation.
And man, is it at our house. It is so good.
It is the ultimate chicken dinner. It is
comfort
so good.
and it's best. All right, let's start going.
Yes.
We've got some chicken breasts over here. You can use chicken thighs. We love chicken thighs, but a lot of us have you told us, I want to do more chicken breasts. So chicken breasts are good. We're going to show you how you can do this without them not getting dried out. Nowadays, a lot of times when you go to the grocery store and you get boneless, skinless chicken breasts, they're like the size of, I always say, like a city bus. And so that's too big. They're not going to cook evenly. So all you have, it's easy, and it actually makes them even better. Just get a nice sharp knife and just cut them down the middle. Just butterfly them, cut them.
That's right.
And then you've got the perfect size fillets.
Yes, and it becomes a little more economical.
It does become a little more economical. So now we are going to, so what Wesley is doing is he is seasoning those liberally with some salt and pepper.
We're
going to build seasoning on every layer of this. We don't
what is that, flour?
So this is a half a cup of just good old all-purpose flour. I added a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I got a half a teaspoon of garlic powder just for oomph, some good flavor. And now
so
we're going to mix
good.
that all up, and now Wesley is going to bread those.
Yes, I'm just going to lightly dredge these in the flour.
So what's awesome about this dish also, besides the flavor is through the roof, is it's all in one dish. You can do it in, if you want to do it in like transfer it to a baking dish, that's possible too. You just need to make sure if you're going to do it in one skillet, your skillet is oven safe which this cast iron is, which is going to go in an oven shortly. Okay, so I've got about a tablespoon of olive oil. You could use vegetable oil that I'm heating over medium heat. I'm going to turn this up now. And now to that, I'm
ready, Chris.
I told you, said don't be.
He gave me a talking to before.
I did not give you a talking
He
to.
did. He said, now could you hurry things up a bit?
I said, don't dilly-dally. And here I am over here dilly-dally. Okay, so now, well, no, he's very meticulous when he adds his salt and his flour.
Well, you know, I just want to be thorough.
I know, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we've heated this over medium heat. We can go ahead and put that in there. Right. And now you can just snug these. You know, the rule is you don't really want to overcrowd your pan, but these are going to be okay. This serves a hungry family of 4. Which is the equivalent to Wesley and me.
Totally.
And
oh, you all, it's absolutely ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous. So if you want to do more than 4 of these, then you can do this in batches. And so I would like to say, this is really easy once you get a couple of things done. And even this part can be done in advance. We're going to caramelize that big old pile of onions next. That can be even done a day in advance. So then when you bring it together, it's literally a breeze. It's a snap.
Yeah, but
it's fun. It's easy. Yeah. So now we're just going to let this go about 5 minutes per side. It's going to get nice and brown and toasty on the underside. Then we're going to flip it and let it go another 5 sides. And then the cutlets.
5
minutes. What did I say?
5 sides.
5 sides. 5 sides. Sometimes I feel like I have 5 sides. And then those are going to be done. Then we do the onions. Okay, so you see these. So after about 5 minutes, we flipped these. They were beautifully brown on one side, and then we flipped them to the other side.
So good.
I know they do. They do. So you may need to add, if you feel like there's, when you flip them, you need to add another little squirt of oil in there. You can definitely do that just to keep them nice and moving around easily in that skillet. Okay, now we're going to add more butter because we're doing French. We got to do butter.
It's not really French.
Now, it's French onion, so at this point, you could absolutely add a little white wine in there, and you could deglaze the pan. There's some yumminess on there. But we're not going to do that. This is a weeknight
dinner.
Or a Sunday night dinner, and you save the wine to have with your dinner, or whatever. You do whatever you want to. Okay, so now we've melted that. So now that is 3 large onions. That may seem like an exorbitant amount of onions. And when you put it in a skillet like that, it looks that way. But trust us,
it goes down.
They cook down and they become caramelized and they release their sugars. And I swear it's one of the best tasting things you've ever tasted.
So good.
So if you like French onion soup, which we've heard from lots of you that you do, then you're going to love this because it does not have like a distinct onion taste. like I said, they caramelize and they're delicious.
Yes.
The only thing with this is you need a little patience. You just cannot rush caramelizing onions, especially when you've got this many. It's going to take you probably about anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. It's easy to do. I'm going to send Wesley to the grocery store while we're doing this, run a few errands.
Okay.
And because you do kind of need to stay with them. And you'll see as you do this.
And that's why you could do these ahead of time, too.
You can, yeah. And I'm going to add just it's ideal to do these ahead of time because then you don't have to worry. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt.
Don't have to worry about it, yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about it later when you're putting together the casserole. Or no, the chicken. So anyway, we're going to let this go for a little bit. I'm going to keep tossing it in that butter.
You've had too much coffee today,
I think so. I'm just excited.
You're like,
I'm excited about this dish. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my new faves. Okay, so we're going to keep doing this, and then it's really getting close time to eat.
Yes.
Look at these babies.
Wow.
Aren't these gorgeous? So,
those are perfect.
Smell, I know. So they turn this dark mahogany color, kind of jammy. They're delicious. These went for, you just stir them, let them go for 30, 40 minutes, and they just transform into this. And I told you they're going to reduce.
Wow.
So now we're just going to keep bumping up the flavors.
What do you need me to do? What do I need to do?
Go ahead, and if you want to so this is our dredging flour. We're going to use that in just a minute.
Okay.
I've got 2 minced garlic, cloves of garlic that I'm adding here, and I've got a teaspoon of dried thyme, just to give it that classic French onion flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you smell that? The smell is just, I'm telling you, the whole family's going to be coming down soon. Like, when are we eating? Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and sprinkle that over.
Okay, just a tablespoon.
A tablespoon, and what that is going to do is that's going to act as a thickener. It's going to, when we add the stock and some of the other ingredients, it's just going to slightly thicken it, and it's going to be absolutely delicious.
Wow.
So you want to let that cook for, I'd say about a minute, and you've got your cutlets there ready to go.
And then I've got guys. So we're using 2 types of cheese. We can't just use one. So we've got Gruyère and Provolone, and the Provolone is perfect for on top of the chicken because it melts perfectly.
We put it on top of the Gruyère.
Yes.
Gruyère, you're not going to typically...
We double cheese it.
You're not going to typically find Gruyère shredded, and you can buy it. Gruyère is very popular in French cuisine, which is one of the reasons we love it. You could absolutely use Swiss cheese, or you could just use provolone. That's fine too.
What do you want me to do?
So add in that we've got a tablespoon of Dijon mustard.
Oh, this is the secret
It adds a depth of flavor that we just love.
I love it.
It's probably not traditional in French onion soup, but for this, it's just heavenly.
Great.
And then we've got a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, because again, we want this to be the flavor bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now, wow, my taste buds are doing a happy dance. Okay, so now if you want to pour in that stock.
Yes, there we go.
And I'm just going to kind of stir as we go.
Wow.
And this is a sauce that is just, you're going to do this, and you're like, I just want to eat that.
We need an applause track. Like, oh, yes.
I know,
That's great. Look at that. It's like all he did was pour stock.
I know. So now I'm going to turn it off the heat, and now let's nestle those here if you want to use this.
Yeah, I need
let's
a nestler.
Just nestle those cutlets that we've already cooked in here, and they're going to heat in this sauce.
Oh, look at that.
That's beautiful.
I'm a good nestler.
You do nestle really
let me
well.
nestle over here.
You nestle with the best of them.
And, all right, hold on. One more nestle.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good nestle.
Get those accumulated juices, get those in there, because there's lots of flavor there. Okay, so now we're going to work as a team, and I'm going to put you don't need a ton of the Gruyere. This is going to be probably, I don't know, I've done maybe a half a cup in total here.
That is gorgeous already.
I know. Oh my gosh.
I love the taste of the Gruyere and then the provolone. The provolone's a nice smooth taste.
Yes.
The Gruyere has a little bit of a, I don't want to say a bite, but it's
more pronounced, but it's so good. We use it in our potatoes dauphinoise, which are French au gratin potatoes, which are to die for. Okay, all right, now you add a layer of that.
All right.
So we've got our oven, we got a broil on, and I put my rack like 6 inches below the heating element. You don't want to put it directly under the broiler because it's gonna melt, and it may burn the cheese, and you don't want that. We want this to get really nice and melty and start to get those kind of brown spots on top. But you've got to keep an eye on it because you know
It's like lickety split.
every broiler's a little bit different. So okay, so let's do this. I'm going to say it takes about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my gosh, the smell! It just keeps getting.
Oh gosh, that's perfect looking.
Look at that. So you got the little brown spots on top. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay, well, what are you eating?
That is glorious.
I know.
Wow.
And it's just like a good old Sunday night dinner. You could do this on the like I said, if you do those onions ahead of time.
Oh, come on,
You got a
Chris.
special one you want?
The one right there in the middle. And watch the cheese pull on this.
Yeah.
Oh.
There
There we go. I got it.
There you go. That is a heck of a cheese pull. Now, this sauce, like I said, is to die for. So
Come on a little closer.
So this, you want to definitely drizzle. This is a good batch. So you definitely want to drizzle some of that.
I'm dying.
I know. And so you see we're serving this over mashed potatoes because, you know, it's just begging for mashed potatoes.
That is glorious.
And then we got a little chopped parsley because that makes everything prettier. Okay. All right. I'm going to plate
There we
mine real
go.
quick.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Here she comes. Come on over
Come
to
on.
me. Come to me, baby.
Oh, I had a really good cheese pull.
You did. You did. You usually do.
Here, I'm going to put this
If
back.
anyone knows a cheese pull, it's the lube. Okay.
You got it?
I do.
Oh, wow.
Mouth is salivating. And I would also like to say, if you make these, they make knockout sandwiches.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, a good old sandwich.
You could also serve this with some, so we have our green beans almondine or steamed green beans, whatever you want, or just like this. Okay.
I am going to get just in deep with this right now.
Get in deep. Oh, that chicken is so tender.
It is perfect.
The cheese
I am
is so...
salivating. I am salivating. Okay, I am just going to scoop this up. You guys, look at that. Oh, all this
Wow,
wonderful
wow, the
cheese.
kids will flip for this.
Hopefully this is gonna.
How have we been doing this for as long as we've been doing it, and we've never shown you guys this dish? Yeah. It's comfort, like, comfort is on steroids. He's speechless.
I'm dying. That is so. What the? Sorry, I almost.
Heck.
Fudge.
He gets he gets beside.
Y'all. That is a million trillion times lewd percent, 100%. Whatever, I can't even talk.
I know.
It is Luna approved.
I gotta go in
to
for
the degree.
You guys, you gotta make this. You gotta make this. And like
Y'all,
I said,
it's so easy.
it's so easy.
It tastes like a masterpiece.
It's chicken breast. It's easy. It's, you know, affordable. It is.
Okay. Yeah, okay, watch out. I'm gonna get down and dirty with my chicken breast.
I know a few. I know some of you out there are thinking right now, I'm definitely making this.
Yeah.
I know who you are. I want to hear about it. We want you to tell us what you think.
Yes,
Okay? You usually
do it.
All right, you guys.
Oh, you guys. Oh.
French onion smothered chicken. Need we say more?
Yes.
All right, we love you guys so much.
We love you.
Bye.
Yes.